Hi, this is State Representative Gary Glenn representing Bay and Midland counties, and my privilege today to have Midland Fire Chief Chris Coughlin and Assistant Chief Josh Mosher with me as my guest for the 9/11 ceremony. And Chief Coughlin and I, before we came to the rotunda here, were explaining to each other where we were on 9/11. I was in Washington, D.C., about 2 blocks north of the White House, and Chief Coughlin was at the Traverse City Airport, where they had 747s and all kinds of other airplanes that don't normally land there come down under the order that all planes be grounded. But Chief and Assistant Chief, it's my privilege as your state representative to have you here as my guests. Thank you for coming. We appreciate everything you guys do to help keep folks safe in Midland County, and hope you will enjoy the remembrance today. And it's an honor to be your state representative and have you as my guests. And would you like to say anything, Chief?
Well, it's hard to believe so many years have passed since the 9/11 event. And I think we're at a crossroads today where we have a lot of newer first responders coming in that either weren't working or they were kids at that time. And it's important to observe this day, or the 9/11 day, and emphasize to them what happened at that time, and that we must always be prepared, and that this is something that makes us come together as an American, or as Americans, and it's part of what makes this country great. But we need to remember. We must never forget.
Thank you. Josh? My dad was at Pearl Harbor when it was attacked, and he was the first person I was able to get in touch with on 9/11. And my dad said with anguish in his voice, "This is worse than Pearl Harbor." He said, "They caught us by surprise, but at least we were trained. We had weapons. We knew what to do to fight back." He said this was just men and women going to work and children going to daycare. And I guess he was in a position to judge from the perspective of having lived through both of them. But we appreciate the Chief and the Assistant Chief and all the work that they do as first responders in Midland County. So State Representative Gary Glenn here with Chief Coughlin and Assistant Chief Mosher on 9/11 Remembrance Day.